This arrogant prince is wearing lipstick and eyeliner. He invited all dressed-up people to the ball. An old woman with blue strands on the mountain wanted to come in and take shelter from the rain. As a congratulatory gift, he gave the prince a beautiful rose. The prince looked at the rose and threw it to the ground in disgust. The next second, the old woman is glowing all over, instantly become a dazzling witch. The witch was very angry at the prince's arrogance. He waved his hand. Hair began to appear on the prince's face. It just breathes and becomes a beast. And the entire castle has also been cast as the protagonist. He will be forever exposed to the ice and snow. These vain participants have also become various home furnishings. They will be trapped in the castle forever. To lift the witch's curse must be before this magic rose withers. A prince can find someone he truly loves. Years later, a business person got lost in the woods. I came across this abandoned castle by chance. It's dark and empty. But on the second floor, there is not only a warm stove, but also a table of delicious food. Hungry and tired, he took the time to be suspicious. Just then, he was automatically moved. Said I wasn't supposed to move, because it might be scary. Sorry. That's all right. The old man rushed out of the castle. He passed by the garden and saw a very beautiful rose in the snow. He wanted to pick one for his daughter and the prince who had just picked it and turned into a beast. He arrested the old man as a thief. Only the old man's horse made it home. The next day, Belle saw her father's horse when her memory was not good. She rode all the way to the castle. Belle just came in and found something wrong with the furniture. Then my father coughed upstairs. Belle followed the sound to the second floor, where she finally found her imprisoned father. The prince is willing to let go of his father, but the condition is that Belle must stay in the castle for the rest of her life to save my father. He can only say goodbye to his father. The father can only go back to the town to find someone to save his daughter. But this castle and this prince of beasts are too mysterious. After the father finished his experience, no one here believed it. Only Belle's suitor, Gaston, is willing to save Belle. On the other side, Belle and the castle also became familiar with these furniture. This talking candlestick is good friends with clocks. The tea set with a long face is a pair of mother and son. This is like a flying piano with peacock feathers that likes to play alone. The huge parliament likes to sing every day. The furniture is responsible for the prince's diet. In the passage of time, waiting for the prince's beloved girl. Only then can they break the spell. But the magic rose keeps withering. The probability that the prince will find true love is known again and again. Everyone has renewed hope. The furniture is well dressed for Belle. They put on a song and dance show together. I hope to use this to match the prince and Belle. We'll sing you out to sleep as you digest. Tonight you'll drop the beat of purple love and cheer. One day, Belle saw that the rose in the glass bottle was scolded by the prince as soon as he touched it. What are you doing here? What have you done to it? Do you realize what you could have done? You could have done this whole. You get out of here. Belle is finally free to fly to beauty. At this time, the wolves in the forest also discovered Belle. It didn't take long for the wolves to surround Belle. The hungry wolf jumped on her. Belle picked up the stick to drive away the wolves. A wolf gnawed at the stick. Instantly throw it out. Unarmed Belle is doomed. The appearance of the prince changed the tide of the battle in an instant. He was still at a disadvantage against 3. The wolf fled. The prince was seriously injured and fell to the ground. Belle did not leave the prince behind, but take him back to the castle with you. In fact, the prince originally had a kind and brave heart. Just because my mother died when I was a teenager, no one taught him how to be kind to others, but he has a wealth of knowledge. On the other side, Belle's father took Gaston to find the castle, but I couldn't find it after searching all night. The mountain became impatient. Think the old man is a lunatic? In order not to make a fool of yourself in front of Belle, wait for the hungry wolf to eat him for dinner. Fortunately, an old woman rescued the old man. At the same time, the wounded prince also woke up. Belle stayed with him all night to read Shakespeare's poetry. Therefore is winged Cupid goods painted blind. You know Shakespeare? I had an expensive education. Recently, the prince brought Belle to the library. It turns out that the prince also loves to read books. The two of them happen to have a common hobby. Get along with day and night. The two of them slowly sparked a love. They read books together, looking at the frozen snow scenery together. Belle seems to have no intention of going home, but his father was trying to persuade. Everyone also exposed that Gaston wanted to kill him in the forest, and the mountain bites back some frozen castle. Talking teapots are nonsense. At the same time, Belle sees her father in distress through the magic mirror. When the prince saw this, he asked Xiaomei to go back to save her father. He knows that to love someone is not to possess. but to give him freedom. Then he will definitely come back. Belle rushed back to the town and tell everyone that what my father said is true. He also took out the magic mirror to confirm his statement. Everyone was taken aback when they saw the Prince of the Beast. Gaston snatched the mirror and said that Belle was controlled by black magic. I'm also ready to send all my staff to level the castle. The prince discovers that someone has invaded the castle. He ordered all the furniture to defend against the onslaught. All seats and benches are in action. The wall lamp on the wall was a hit. Parts fly around like bullets. Cloth strips fly out of the wardrobe, replace the intruder with women's clothing, and the teapot mother flies up to sprinkle boiling water. The piano used. The keys to the crowd flying out to attack. Main station ignites gasoline to drive away intruders. The villain Gaston goes alone to face the prince. On the other side, Belle and her father were locked up together. The father opened the cell door with a spare key. Belle ran all the way to the castle. Gaston saw the prince, who was desperate. He didn't seem to be resisting. The prince thought he had been abandoned by Belle. But Gaston didn't care so much and shot the prince directly in the back. At this time, Belle just arrived. The prince hurriedly threw it to Charlemagne, and Gaston once again put a cold gun in the back. The prince is on the verge of death. Suddenly, the stone bridge at the foot of the mountain broke instantly. The last rose slowly falls. Those who have been magically turned into furniture come together. I can only be turned into furniture and trapped in the castle for the rest of my life. Little beauty, dear prince. This loving kiss broke the curse. The old woman in the forest was the original witch. When he saw Belle kissing the prince, he broke the magic. The falling roses instantly become glamorous. Roses wrap the prince and shine. The next second, the prince finally regained his human appearance. Humans who have become furniture have also returned to their original appearance. Celebrate this newfound beauty.